described the Zaria riots, in which Igbos were being hacked on the street. And my dad being a soldier, I still remember him coming home with his helmet dented from the rioters throwing stones at even the soldiers. It was so bad. My dad, at that time, my mom, she had health issues and had to live permanently in Ilefe, so there was a stepmother in the house. The woman in fear carried myself and my sister in Zaria. I think it was July 66, because that's when Aburi, Ronsi, and Adekunle Faji were killed. It was July. She carried us around to the barracks because my dad is on duty, trying to quell the riots. Mr. Femi, we had to sleep on the open field of the parade ground in the Zaria barracks. We were not the only family. Many had run there, seeing that Igbos were being hacked. Other tribes ran there that it might be their turn. And many don't even know. It went on till December of 66, and Chief Obafemi Awolowo, somewhere around November, instructed all the Yoruba soldiers to leave the north and come down south. That is how I ended in the south. So we filled one long train. I'm still trying to remember. Yeah, I think when the train reaches Kano. So we all filled one train, all of us soldier families, and stopped at Mokola Barracks. December 12, 1966. We stopped in front of Mokola Barracks and we assigned rooms. All the train filled with Yoruba soldiers. That was how messy the North became. Because you can't trace the Eastern problem without taking it back to the pogrom of 66. You cannot trace the quest for Biafra without tracing it back to the pogrom of 66. Is Biafra right? I don't think so. Should Biafra go? I don't think so. Why don't I think so? We need each other. I can't even imagine Lagos without my Eastern brother. Now, there are many things we know go fit get by. Lekki no go survive if my Eastern brother is not there. Because we Yorubas, we are all one baby. We love our Faji.
Even inside this same Nigeria, the Igbo people has been helping our lives. If you don't know, I point them out. I will point them out. If you like hate Igbo, now for your own reason. You don't understand. The Yoruba and Igbo, they don't get problem. Igbo people has been helping this country a lot. Now, if you go to motor site, na Igbo, selling of engine, buying of engine, repairing of weak engine, constructing some kind things in this country. Now Igbo, I don't see any other person after Igbo. I don't see any other person when it comes to motor side. Now when you go enter papers, you go hear Igbo language. Whether it's papers like me today for inside Isoko community, now Igbo you go hear. The one for Ugele, now Igbo food here. The one for Wari, now Igbo food here. The one for where you want mention, you know understand? Inside Wari, close to Wari Stadium, now Igbo men food there. So don't hate them for these reasons. Now just where God they bless them. No reason But their place, leave them. If you can't, no, see, if God no change them, no man will take that place, not their place. You know understand? So not come because of how they envy them. That's just their life. And I love it. I'm not be Igbo, I'm not relate Igbo anyway. I love it. And I will remain, Papa, Igbo don't they do things for this country. I'm not going to lie for you. So congratulations to Igbo people. May God bless you and keep making you move faster. You know understand? If you get money where they're expecting, where you want to start up another thing, make that money enter, do more. God bless you all. And Yoruba, my people, God bless you again. You know understand? Now still they try for other things for the country. We're not gonna mention them. Now they try too. I love you. Beg, Igbo and Yoruba, man, I know they carry that art. They look each other. God will help us in this country.
I went to Enugu purely for business, for work. However, after a few days, I felt like, okay, I can't just be in this city and I'll be stuck in my hotel. I'd like to go out, what is exciting, and somebody said, oh, I think you should go to the Center for Memories. I think Center for Memories. That it's a nice place to go when you're visiting Enugu. I said, okay, let's go there. So I had this tour guide, her name is Ifeoma, that took me to the Center for Memories. She works there actually. And that experience has not only made me understand the Igbo people, their culture, their perspective, and what they feel as Nigerians. On that trip, I had an opportunity to understand the Igbo culture, the heritage. One of the fun things I learned was Ogaraya. Yeah, Ogaraya is a very key historical figure in Igbo. I love the name and I wanted to adopt it. But there is another one, Ijele, which what Favor calls himself. And now I understand why Favor calls himself Ijele. I would have preferred Ogaraya, but Ijele seems to be of a higher hierarchy than Ogaraya. So I will go with Ijele like Flavor. But that's not where I'm going. The part that really touched me very emotionally was when we went through the journey of the Civil War and what the Igbo people went through during the Civil War. Before the Civil War, there was this 1966 coup, which many people call the Igbo coup because it was led by young Igbo army officers, and the people that died were mostly people outside of the Igbo people or Eastern region. Because of that, that coup was termed the Igbo coup, and that led to a counter coup that targeted these Igbo officers. Now, a lot of Igbo officers were killed, and these were the events that led to the eventual civil war that was led by Odumegu Ojukwu. Now, going through the journey of the civil war, let me put this to you first. I've read about all these stories because I'm a student of political science and I did government in secondary school, so I read books around these stories. But the only difference is that then, as a student, you just want to read to pass for exams. You're not reading really because you want to know the story. The difference this time is that this story was told by an Igbo lady, from the perspective of the Igbo people, and also there was that emotional connection, and it made all the difference for me. I was close to tears. In fact, I was teary at some point of reading what happened during the Civil War. Not like I was learning about it for the first time. It was just different this time because there was also pictures showing malnourished children dying of kwashiorkor, dying of hunger, dying of starvation. The Asaba massacre was also something that stood out for me. Now, don't get it wrong. I'm not using this video because I want to make the Igbo people look perfect or like they are flawless or they don't have their own fault. No, that's not what I'm saying. But what that experience taught me was that the hurt of the Civil War, the Igbo people have not recovered from it. No. And as a matter of fact, Nigeria has not done enough to ensure reconciliation and proper, justice, if I could put it that way. What I see or what I learned from that experience is that the Igbo people are still suffering from the hurt and devastation of that Civil War experience, and Nigeria has not done enough to help them to recover from it. So that has created a situation whereby an average Igbo person feel alienated from Nigeria, and this is where the agitation for the Civil War, for Biafra, is coming from. I do think that the Nigerian government owes itself a duty to address the hurt and pain of the Civil War. Now, when I say this, I'm not suggesting that you have to do anything special in terms of maybe condemn some people or maybe condemn other people to make the Igbo people feel good. It's not necessarily like that. Sometimes it's just about acknowledging the hurt and seeking proper reconciliation and ensuring justice. And sometimes justice is about forgiveness. Justice is about healing. Justice is about just letting the people know that we feel your pain, we understand how you feel, we are sorry, you shouldn't have to go through all of this. Now, there are other people that were also victims of the Civil War. Like, for example, there are some people in Akwa Ibom that will argue that the Biafran soldier did this and that to them. So whatever I'm saying applies to them as well. It's not just about the Igbo people, but all the victims of the Civil War. They need to be assuaged in one way or the other. I don't think Nigeria should just move on as if nothing happened. There is no way you will go to the Center of Memory in Enugu. If you have a conscience, you will understand how an Igbo person feels within the context of Nigeria. And I hope that one day there will be justice. One day there will be healing. One day the Igbo people will feel that like they are part of Nigeria, and the pain, the hurt, and the sense of alienation they feel can be erased. And I feel if that is achieved, Nigeria is going to be a better country. It's going to be a more united country, and at least one major problem in Nigeria can be ticked off as resolved.
What was Aburi all about? Well, you haven't come to that, but if I might come in. Now, Aburi was to find a solution after the two coups, after the January 15 coup 66 and the July 29 coup 66, and the disturbances that followed, the pogrom that followed. Aburi was to find a solution. So our leaders went to Aburi, they sat together and took decisions. And from grapevine, we understood that it was even our colonial masters that advised one side to say, don't accept these decisions. They are not for your own interests. And these are some of the things that led to the war.
Having reflected on the terms of the Aburi Accord,
Yep.
do you feel that accord would have solved the problem?
Yes, yes. I believe very much in Aburi Accord. The Aburi Accord is still what a lot of us are pursuing today. We are still saying, when you hear true federalism, it is all about Aburi.
Was Aburi not confederalism?
Whether you call it confederalism or not, it was to me more of true federalism.
So Gowon failed by not keeping to the terms of the Aburi agreement.
Yeah, but remember again, when you talk of Gowon, don't see Gowon as a person there. How old was Gowon? At that point, Gowon was about 32 years old. Gowon was about 32 years old. Gowon was as naive as the rest of us.
Was Ojukwu naive?
Well, Ojukwu was not as naive as Gowon, to the extent that Ojukwu read history. Remember, he was a graduate of history. So at least he had a broader outlook.
Was he more prepared than Gowon in that meeting?
Yes, he was. Definitely. He was more he went there more prepared.
He was prepared.
Yes, please. Yes. You will see it. You will see the signs of his preparation. Yeah,
so he got he got what he wanted.
He got most of what he wanted. But at the same time, Gowon, I must tell you, let people not blame Gowon. Gowon was very, very forthcoming at that meeting. He was honest to himself. He tried to find a solution to the Nigeria's problem. You will see there he was quite an innocent, honest young man looking for the unity of Nigeria. So Gowon himself believed in Aburi.
But Gowon did not say that. When he returned to Nigeria, he gave it a different interpretation.
No, not he. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
But he released a statement.
Yeah.
He made a broadcast.
Yes.
And he gave an explanation of what Aburi meant to him and the federal government.
No, it was an afterthought. It was what I told you, the colonial masters went through the northern politicians, not Gowon. They didn't go to Gowon. They went through the northern politicians and told them the implications of Aburi. Then the permanent secretaries met and redrafted it completely and rejected most of the parts of the accord.
And the Eastern region came out to say on Aburi we stand.
And that's the beginning of the problem. That is it. That was where we lost hope, because we saw immediately they came back from Aburi and we heard how they went to Aburi. Everybody felt now Nigerian problem has been solved. But after these negotiations or consultations, the federal government came out with a statement that no, that's not what they meant.
So Achike Odenwa is also saying on Aburi he stands.
I believe in it up till now. When I talk of true federalism. That's what I mean. Look, Nigeria is a creation of...
Aburi talked about regional commands.
Yes, the army was and it was implemented. I remember in the East then, we had the Eastern Command, Eastern Regional Command under Colonel Hilary Njoku. In the West, they had Western Regional Command under, I think, Colonel Olufemi Olutoye was the commander of the Western Command. Then they had the Midwest Command under Colonel Comrade Nwawo. Under Colonel Comrade Nwawo. It was the North that they hadn't quite put their own together at the time.
And you want that system now?
Well, it's not just the army command. It goes beyond the army command. Now the army command is not the most important thing in terms of whether it goes regional or not. But what we are saying, now we have 36 states that we should be able to decentralize government. Let me use that word, decentralizing government. What I would mean would be that we have to reduce the items on the exclusive legislative list in the constitution. We reduce them and have a few things in the exclusive legislative list. Then the other ones we put in the concurrent list and the residual list.
So what would the federating units look like? The states or the regions?
Well, this is another. It is all is subject to negotiation. I cannot say exactly what is going to be, because I know some people have said, okay, we go back to the regions. While some people said, no, we have progressed to the level of states now. We cannot go back to regions again. So these are things that are subject to negotiations. They are not casting rock.
Good day to our viewers all over the world, and welcome back to Local Journal. Honestly, it's those ones that don't know the thing that the Igbos are doing for this country that will feel like we don't need the Igbos in Nigeria. These people have been doing a lot, and they've contributed a lot to the economy of this country. And there is no way we can take it away from them. Of course, we know that they are not perfect. Of course, we know. And there is nobody that is perfect. There is no tribe that is perfect in Nigeria. However, we cannot deny their impact, making this country a country to reckon with. And looking at what the Igbos are suffering in so many other parts of this country, especially in the western part of this country, honestly, it's uncalled for, and the hatred or the hate against the Igbos is unwarranted. These people are nurturing a kind of pain from the pogrom that occurred in 1966. They've not been able to recover from this yet, and of course you can see, regardless, they still go about investing in so many places in this country. Yet other Nigerians, especially the Westerner, find a way to make problem with them. I know it's not every Igbo people living there that behaves well. And of course, you know that in every tribe, we have some people who misbehave and all of that. But you cannot rub it on the entire tribe. That is just it. For the few who are misbehaving can be cautioned. But rubbing the hate on the entire tribe is something that is not making any sense. But we thank God that there are still some Yorubas who are seeing the work the Igbos are doing. They are seeing what the Igbos are doing, the worth of the Igbo people, and the importance of the Igbo nation to this country. And that's the reason why many Nigerians are not disposed to the idea of the Igbo leaving Nigeria. Because if the Igbo leave Nigeria, it is going to be very difficult for the country to survive, of course. And we all know it, and that's why the government doesn't want them to leave. You don't want them to leave, and you don't want to give them leadership position because you are scared of what they might do. So I don't really get it. Even of course you want them to like kind of bond with other people. You want them to go over and get over the pain that they've been nurturing from the 1966 pogrom, civil war, and all of that, then of course we should bond together and we should create an avenue for national unity, so that what is applicable to Mr. A is also applicable to Mr. B. If the continuous cheating against these people continue in this manner, there is no way this agitation to get their own country is going to stop. This is my opinion on this. Kindly drop what you think about this in the comment section, and if today is your first time to visit our channel, please kindly like, share and subscribe to our channel.